What's up, friends? It's Volt Firecore, your everyday PU player, or your scrub PU player if you want to be, very correct. Today we're going to be taking a look at the OU viability rankings, or basically the tier list. So which Pokemon are on the top, the very good ones, and which ones are not so good. But these are all the decent ones. They're not talking about every single Pokemon that's ever been used instead of OU. There's like a pretty sure usage rate like 4.3 or something. Then they go down to UU and all that kind of stuff. But we're going to be taking a look at that and seeing the mons that are very good. Before that, I just want to say that I am not an OU player. I play mostly PU, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I play National Dex in PU, so I'm not too well versed inside of the OU meta. Well, I am. I watch a lot of it. I don't play that much since I'm not a big fan of it at the moment, especially with Magearna running around all over the place. But maybe I'll play more. Who knows? So let's take a look at the viability ranking for this month. All right, here we are on Smogon. Finchinator pulled this together. Pretty sure he did. And yeah, let's take a look at it. So this is OU, as you can see by Clef standing there. And I'm pretty sure I made a video looking at the most used mons like 3 months ago. I usually don't like looking at these since I wasn't very well versed inside of OU at that time, but now I've played enough that I know what most of these mons do. And there's a tier leader or something. I'm pretty sure like an admin on Discord who pulled together some reasoning behind the mons. So if I'm not too sure why they're there, then I will be looking at that. But yeah, so this is going from S tier all the way to D tier. I think is all the tiering. So this is alphabetized. So do not think that Magearna is worse than Cinderace, which personally I don't. But that's up to debate. So let's just talk about these inside of their ordering. So starting off inside of the S tier of Sword and Shield OU, I got Cinderace. Now Cinderace, I kind of knew it was going to be very strong the moment I saw that it was going to have the Libero ability. Like I don't think it's going to be as strong as Greninja, because Greninja was such a crazy part of the meta. And Protean with Greninja is very good, but the Battle Bond is what pushed him over the top, and I'm very surprised he stayed in OU. But Cinderace is kind of like a baby Greninja. It's a physical attacker, it's very strong, and it has a crazy amount of sets it can use. So let me just go over some of the sets. Well, it has the Banded set, which is my personal favorite set, but I don't think it's that good. It has the heavy duty boots, not court change, 4 attacks, heavy duty boots with like um Pyro Ball, Zen Headbutt, U-turn, and then you can do like high jump kick or gunk shot or sucker punch, just whatever you're feeling. So that's like the one that most people use these days since heavy duty boots is very strong on fire types. It also has a scarfed set, but I never see that. I just see that to like kill some Dragapult or something. Has the bulk up set, which I used to use a lot. The Life Orb bulk up is really fun. But yeah, those are pretty much all the sets, and every single one is insanely strong. Now, Cinderace, since it is such a strong mon, everyone recently has been saying it is the best Pokemon inside the meta, which is, like I said, up to debate. Personally, I think it's probably number 2 inside of the S rank. Might be, well, maybe number 3. There's a mon inside of here which I think could surpass it. It depends. But Cinderace is an insane mon. If you're inside of OU, you're going to be seeing this thing countless times since it's just a good lead. Having that ability makes it so it has a lot of pressure. It's fast, pretty good attack, and it gets a stab bonus from every single move it uses, which is very strong. Okay, moving on, we have Clefable. Now, Clefable was the queen of OU very recently. I'm pretty sure like 2 months ago, basically just before the DLC came out. So Clefable was not that good post Home or before Pokemon Home came out, and then Pokemon Home came out, giving it Teleport, and balance teams just got shot up. Like the only thing that you saw on OU, or at least top level OU, was balance teams. It was like a Zeraora, a Hippowdon, Clefable, Hydreigon, maybe an Excadrill or something like that. Just those are the kind of things you saw all the time. And Clefable almost always ran Wish, Protect, Moonblast, and Teleport, which was very strong. It could also like use aromatherapy if it really wants to. It had like some variety, but mostly it was just Wish Protect. Luckily, a bunch of mons came out which kind of counter it. One of them is looking at me right now. The second one, or the third one, instead of S rank. That one kind of, makes Clefable a little bit worse, but it's still a very strong mon. It's actually moved on from using Teleport and Wish to being more of a Stealth Rocker and a Tricker. It can use Trick. It can use a Life Orb set with some good attacks. Yeah, I highly doubt we're going to be seeing an insane influx of the whole Wish Protect thing unless one mon gets like banned or something. Like, it's still good. Wish Protect is still good, but this mon is just so versatile. Having a Magic Guard makes it insanely strong, and it has some good bulk, and it's quite strong. Well, strong enough for its amount of attack and special attack. But yeah, I think this is probably the worst mon inside the S ranking. Like, I'm not like, I shouldn't use worst because this is still an S rank mon. People are using this all the time. If we check out the usage stats for it, one second, let me go on that website. All right, here we are. So we're inside the Pikalytics. This kind of just compiles all the usage stats and analytics from Showdown and other things like VGC or Battle Stadium. I think that's the same. I don't know. Yeah, just compiling all that information. So this is overused right here, and we have Magearna, Mandibuzz, Toxapex, and then we have Clefable. So if you take a look at Clefable's page, you'll see the moves that are most used on it, which Moonblast is used on like 99% of them. And then Soft Boil, Wish, and all that kind of stuff. Where's Stealth Rocks inside of this? Yeah, Stealth Rock is using quite a bit. It has a CM set. Yeah, it's just a very good mon to have. And some pretty good stats, especially Spadef Clef, and if you're running a defensive one. But yeah, Clefable is still going to be a very used mon inside of OU, but it's not top tier. Let's talk about a top tier mon though. I think you probably know what it is. Yep, you guessed correctly. It is Magearna. Now, Magearna, personally, I think is just kind of like sitting there waiting for a suspect test. It is. I don't think it's as strong as Dracovish. Like, I don't know. Dracovish was just like dominating into the meta that it was like so broken. Magearna is broken, right? We all can admit it's broken. But Dracovish was like the cheap kind of broken. Magearna's like the, oh wow, I didn't, like, you're not gonna die instantly from Magearna. It's just it has very little counters. Dracovish, he had counters, specifically like water absorb mons and all that kind of stuff. Since Fishious Rend is like the only thing that made him decent. So they could have just banned his move, but whatever. Well, they can ban abilities, so can't they ban moves? They probably can. But Magearna, I think, is most likely going to get put inside of Ubers unless some crazy set comes out to counter it. There's like Galarian... No, not Galarian Weezing. That's the Urshifu counter. There's, pretty sure Tangrowth is a counter, AV Tangrowth, Amoonguss, but then you have that stored power set, which is kind of dangerous, so there are a multitude of sets on this mon. But the one that's been eating up people and spitting them out is the Specs set. That set is absolutely insane. You do an insane amount of damage to everything. It has Volt Switch, it has Fleur Cannon, it has that crazy ability that is like Moxie, but for special attacks. Yeah, it has Flash Cannon, Aura Sphere. You can even run Trick on it since it has Trick. It can be run on teams that don't really need to go fast, so Trick Room teams. It has that Shift Gear set, which it's pretty crazy. It can get like an Autonomize and some extra attacks, so stored power works really well on it. So yeah, Magearna is just it's crazy. It has so many sets it can use, but I highly doubt it. We'll be seeing Magearna too much since she'll probably get suspect tested, and judging by her usage, which I'm pretty sure is #1 in OU at the moment, well, what we saw from just the Pikalytics it was. So yeah, Magearna, I'm sorry, honey. You're an amazing mon, and very crazy, but I highly doubt you're going to be around for too much longer. Let's actually go to the bottom of this. You're going to get some spoilers here, but let's see if he compiled Magearna. Yeah. So This dude compiled some stuff. He said, effort to explain the reasoning behind the rankings. Yep, let's take a look at Magearna. Magearna is easily one of the most potent, versatile Pokemon in the metagame. It brings a ridiculous amount of utility to the table, being capable of handling Pokemon like Clefable, Hydreigon, Hydreigon, and Mandibuzz, while functioning as a ridiculously strong wall breaker, primarily using Choice Specs, boosted Floor Cannon to put a hole in just about anything. It doesn't end at that though. Magearna is also versatile to boot. You can run Shift Gear, Calm Mind, Shift Gear 3 attacks, Substitute Calm Mind, Choice Scarf, and Assault Vest, just to name some of the other options available to Magearna. Magearna's sheer utility, combined with its wall-breaking prowess and versatility, certainly makes it worthy of S rank. Maybe even S plus. Like I don't think they have S plus here, but that mon is just crazy. It is crazy. I remember watching a YouTuber about a couple hours ago or something. I don't know which one, but they were reviewing this list, and I'm pretty sure they said that like Specs Magearna can like do like 60 to a defensive Toxapex with Volt Switch. Like this is Pex we're talking about, so Magearna is very strong, and that's unboosted, I think. Absolutely insane. Speaking of Pex, here's Pex. Now Pex is an extremely crazy mon. Everyone runs physically defensive right now, but I've seen an influx of people running Spadef just because there's a bunch of crazy mons that really beat it up. Like, really, really. But it's still going to be a crazy mon. It has a generator, it's really defensive, it has bulky water, like it's like the cornerstone or the face of bulky waters. When you think of bulky waters, you think of Pex. Just Pex. And Marini is actually pretty fun using instead of PU. I have a team that I'm working on right now, which involves a Evilite specially defensive Marini, I think. Maybe it's physically defensive. I don't know. It's pretty fun to use instead of PU. But back instead of OU, Toxapex is crazy. I think Toxapex is just always going to be OU. It can't go up to Ubers. It can go up to Ubers. Well, it gets fried a little bit more inside of Uber since there's a lot of crazy electric moves up there and all that kind of stuff. And UU, of course, is like a horrible place to put this menace, this menace. But yeah, it's just an OU staple, and we're going to be seeing it probably a lot more since there's no reason not to have it. It has a lot of things it can use. It has haze, it has knockoff, it has toxic spikes, normal toxic, recover, like I already said, has the regenerator ability, so it can just keep switching out like an asshole. And Scald, and that's always a fun move. This is actually the Pokemon that made me learn the power of Scald. So yeah, those are the 4 Mons that are S tier, which I think all of them deserve to be up there. If I had to rank them, I'd probably have to put it Magearna, Toxapex, Cinderace, they're probably like neck and neck. Yeah, they're both really versatile and kind of just like slap onable, you could say. And then Clefable is still a crazy mon. And actually, probably all of those 3. They're all really strong. I just think Magearna is just a little bit more since it is, well, probably the only one that is ban worthy. Like, I've seen some people, especially like Finchinator, I'm pretty sure he was talking about how Toxapex and Cinderace and Magearna could all be ban worthy, which, like, personally, would be interesting to see. But I was just talking about how they're cornerstones and they're probably never going to leave OU. Well, they might. Who knows? Next, we have S rank. We have some pretty common mons down here. I see these dudes all the time. So, again, this is alphabetized, so I highly doubt that Excadrill is better than Mandibuzz right now, but that's just alphabetized. So, this is the A plus ranking specifically, not just A. So, we have Dragapult. Now, Dragapult, at the beginning, it was all just the whole Hex set. Hex with Will-O-Wisp. Then it moved on to Choice Scarf. No, it moved on to Choice Specs, and then it was Choice Scarf, and now it's the Spell Tag Hex. And now people are running, well, recently, people have been running a Toxic Spikes Toxapex, which is pretty common, along with Hex Specs Dragapult, or Specs Hex. And Specs Hex is very strong. I used it once, and it was super fun. I liked it a lot. It was one of my favorites. You gotta definitely play around with your Toxapex, which I'm not really good with, since you know, I'm not too good with tankier mons. That's why I'm working on more stally teams at the moment. But Specs Hex is quite strong with Dragapult. Scarfed, everyone uses it still. Specs, everyone uses it. Physical is actually like pretty decent now. Most of you probably know this if you're watching this, since this is a viability ranking, so you have to have a basic understanding to even know what the fuck I'm talking about. But you guys probably know that Dragapult has a higher physical attack than special attack, but special attacks are usually used more because if you're burnt, it's not going to affect you as much. I guess that's part of the reasoning. But this mon also has quite a bit of good physical attacks. It has Steel Wing, it has Psychic Fangs, it has Dragon Darts, which is just crazy. You don't have to worry about Focus Sash and all that. You can run DD. Now, I think DD is a very I think that's probably the one you want to use most of the time. Like, Bandage fun, but DD is probably the more used one. And then if you're being crazy, you can also run Phantom Force. It kind of hurts my feelings that they decided not to give Dragapult Poltergeist. Like, they could have given it Shadow Claw or like anything, but no, they do not want it to give it a strong physical Dragon type move. Because if they gave it Poltergeist, I think it would be S tier. Since Ghost Stab is very good. Since one of his stabs is just kind of like invalidated. Since most people don't run Phantom Force unless... Well, you can run Phantom Force. It's just it's a little bit more... if they have like a normal type, it literally just gets invalidated. All that kind of stuff. It's not the best move. But it's still a crazy mon. With a Ghost Stab or not. His special is still more used. At the moment, I think. Next we have Excadrill. Now, Excadrill has been a very strong mon since the beginning of OU for Sword and Shield. I think Sand... Personally, I think Sand is the second best. I don't know. I think Rain is the best weather. That's just my personal opinion. Maybe that's just because there's more variation with Rain, since there's not really many Sand Rush users, or at least ones that you can use consistently. Like, there are a few Sand Rush users, but not as many as Rain abusers. And Rain, it's just, it's strong. It's really strong. I think Rain's the best, then it's probably Sand, and then it's probably Sun teams, which are always fun. Venusaur's insane. And then you have Hail teams. Hell yeah, Alolan Sand slash Hype, or Beartic if you want to do that. But yeah, Excadrill is still a staple on Sand teams. It has Mold Breaker too, so it can just, use a Choice Band set, a Leftovers lead set, or a Focus Sash lead set. It just has a bunch of things you can do. But personally, at least what I've been seeing, people, if they want Stealth Rocks, they'll use like a Clefable, or a Blissey, or a Chansey. Or there are other Stealth Rock users. Since Stealth Rock Excadrill is kind of like a suicide lead. Kind of like it can be usable for offensive presence, but well, of course it can. It's an Excadrill. It has insane attack and insane speed. Actually, it doesn't have insane. I'm pretty sure at Adamant it's only 303, or maybe that's Jolly. I think that's Jolly. Whatever. It's not the fastest, but it's still a good Stealth Rocker, good Earthquake user, has Iron Head. It's just a good mon. Okay, moving on, we have Mandibuzz, which has kind of surpassed itself over Corviknight by like a fair margin. Corviknight used to be like, I'm pretty sure the best mon inside the tier for like 1 month, and then Clefable just shot right up. Yeah, but now Mandibuzz has shot up past Corviknight, since it is a little bit better. Urshifu, as you can see right there, is a very strong mon, and a Wicked Blow, Dark type version. Wicked Blow. There's Surging Strike and then Wicked Blow. Wicked Blow, Mandibuzz is like a full counter to it. I don't think Urshifu has anything to hit Mandibuzz. At least that's what I think. Yeah, it doesn't have Ice Punch or something. Mandibuzz, it has so many good things you can use. It's a pretty slow mon, so I can get them slow U-turns. It has Overcoat, so it's good for Munguses or Sleep Powder Tangrowth or stuff like that. It has Foul Play, Knockoff, Roost. It can run Brave Bird. I've never seen one of those. Well, I haven't seen one of those in a very long time. It's just a good mon. And of course, Defog with Heavy Duty Boots. So not only you don't have to worry about weather or Spore, but you also don't have to worry about entry hazards. So it's a very good mon for defogging. Personally, the best. Well, I think it's definitely the best, and I think everyone in the tier probably agrees with me with that. Alright, moving on, we have Urshifu. Now, Urshifu is a mon that I haven't really... Actually, I haven't used it once. So I'm actually going to go down to the this section where he's talking about them, and maybe he'll give me some insight since I don't really know much about Urshifu. So Urshifu's impact on the metagame has been very significant because of its very short list of answers. The team building landscape of SSOU has been shifted by it very heavily. Many teams have had to run physically defensive Fables or some sturdy cores like a Regenerator, Pokemon that can resist Urshifu stabs, with Toxapex plus Manabuzz being the prime examples of that. Urshifu's influence makes it worthy of A+. Yeah. So basically, it's just hard to counter, and the metagame had to change to adapt to it. So it's not like uncounterable, like someone, but yeah, Urshifu has counters. Pretty sure Galarian Weezing is like the ultimate counter. Yeah. It is a crazy mon, absolutely insane. Still very strong. Everyone was thinking it was going to be banned to Ubers, but I personally think it's going to stay inside of OU, and I'm pretty sure his little brother or his water type counterpart might get either put inside of UUBL or maybe even UU. I don't think he's good. I don't really see anyone using that except on some weird rain teams, but literally just grab an Amoonguss, put heavy duty, Rocky Helmet on, and it's dead. It loses half of its health, and you lose like 30%, and he loses like 40, and you can hit him with like Giga Drain, and then he's like dead. So yeah, normal Urshifu or single strike is better. Next, the Zeraora. Now, Zeraora was number 3 on the viability ranking, or at least the usage stats for May? It was the one where Clef was all crazy, because it was Clef, Corviknight, and then Zeraora. Zeraora, I'm always going to look at it as the balance master. This thing was on like every single balance team ever, and it was absolutely insane. This is the fastest mon inside the tier, I think. Like, I think Ninjask is faster, and Deoxys, speed, but Zeraora is like the fastest usable mon inside of OU, having like 430, being a little bit faster than Dragapult, I think. It doesn't have that much attack, so it's not the strongest. It can't really OHKO many things, except if it's like a weird bulk up set, but it's still a very good mon. Special sets have come into more light now. People have been using things like Volt Switch, Nasty Plot, Thunderbolt. What else does it get? I don't know what other special moves it gets, but yeah, physical moves are always what I see mostly. It has Play Rough, it has Blaze Kick, it Plasma Fist, of course, which is actually a pretty funny move. I always am going to remember that one time that I was playing with my my Toxtricity, and I went for Boom Burst, and he went for Plasma Fists, turning my Boom Burst, a normal type move, into an electric type move, which healed him quite a bit since he has the Volt Absorb ability, so that's kind of funny. I always thought that side effect of Plasma Fist was not really useful, but helped him out. Okay, yeah, that's Zeraora. Just a very fast mon that can be used very well. Still a very good dude. And he also has CC, close combat. Yeah. I think I'm just going to do the A ranking, and then the B ranking I don't really see much use for, because there's a lot of dudes, especially down inside of C rank. Like, wow. Xatu is equivalent to Urshifu Rapid Strike. That's sad. That's sad. Isn't like... Yeah, I'm pretty sure Xatu is like an Arumon. But he was like the premier magic bouncer, so... Yeah. Let's go to A rank and then A minus rank. So, next we have Blissey. Now, Blissey is actually, inside of this month, personally... Well, not just personally. Most people think that Blissey is better than Chansey. Now, that's actually kind of funny. Most gens, Blissey is UU most of the time, and Chansey is OU. And there's like no real reason to use Chansey, except if you want to use one instead of UU. But now Blissey has been chucked up to OU, and personally, and most people think, it is better. Now, the reason for that is well, a couple of reasons. First of all, the heavy duty boots item is really going to help Blissey, since if you have 4 layers of spikes up, you do 25% of your HP, which for a very weak Mon, or with not that much HP, is not that much of a hit because you're already going to get O-code. But Blissey, 25% of your HP is a big chunk out of your like 700 HP. So you want to avoid entry hazards at all costs. Since that's set damage, it's a percent of your HP instead of just, oh, it does 20 damage. No, it does 25% of your damage, or of your HP. So Heavy Duty Boots just negates that entirely, which is a lot better than Chansey, which has to use Evilite. There's literally no Chansey that doesn't have Evilite, because the only reason you use Chansey over Blissey is because it can get more Spadef and physical defense with the Evilite. But, now Blissey is being a little bit better. Another thing that made it really strong is the teleport move. Now, this can actually be used as a pivot Pokemon now, and it also has Stealth Rocks and all that kind of stuff. But teleport has been buffed, you could say, inside of Gen 7, Gen 8, which, well, basically they made it have -6 priority. So it's like the slowest move in the game. Slower than Dragon Tail, I'm pretty sure. Basically just, it is the slowest possible move, which is pretty crazy. So you want to run like a minus speed, negative speed, basically everything negative on your Blissey inside the speed, so it gets those slow teleports out. Because if your opponent teleports out first, they're going to have to switch into their dude, and then you can teleport out, and then you'll be able to switch into your Pokemon, to try to counter the Pokemon they just switched into. So like they switch into Zeraora, you have an extra drill, there you go. Unless they got CC, but Okay, so Blissey is a very good Mon. Very, very good Mon. And yeah, it's just a very good pivot Mon, and it has the natural cure ability, so you don't have to worry about being poisoned, soft-boiled, highest HP in the game, even over its daughter, Chansey. Just a very good Mon. We actually have 2 Stealth Rockers. Well, actually 3, because Blissey is a Stealth Rocker, I guess. I don't know if they run Stealth Rock, though. Probably. Okay, so next we have Ferrothorn. Now, Ferrothorn is, in my opinion, the first Pokemon that I came to contact with inside of OU. When I was playing Gen 7 OU, this is the Mon that I saw every single time I signed on. And I got really annoyed because I didn't know how to deal with entry hazards. I didn't know about Defog, Rapid Spin, Magic Bounce, Magic Coat, what's something else? Taunt? Yeah, basically everything to counter entry hazards, I didn't know about them. So I just had to deal with like 2 layers of Toxic Spikes, 3 layers of Spikes, 1 layer of Spikes, because I didn't bring anything to get rid of Ferrothorn since I didn't know matchups. I just chucked out the Mon I wanted, which was usually like a Primarina or something. And I just kept hyper voicing, since that's how I played Pokemon when I was younger. Just click the move you used to beat the champion with over and over again. But Ferrothorn is a very good defensive Mon. It's only weak to 2 types, being fighting and fire. Fire is a 4 times weakness. So it's a very good Mon on rain teams. It has Stealth Rocks. It has Body Press now, which shot this thing up just so much. Like, it was already really good, but now they have, now it doesn't have to run Power Whip. Well, it can run Power Whip, but now it can run Gyro Ball. Not Gyro Ball, Body Press, which does damage based on your defense. And since Ferrothorn got that crazy defense, there you go. Alright, I don't know where I was. I had to deal with something very quickly. But I was talking about Ferrothorn, so I think I covered everything. Yeah, it's just a very good defensive Mon, and Body Press is good. Moving on to another Stealth Rocker, we have Hippowdon. Now, Hippowdon, well, it's better than Tyranitar, I just have to say that. Tyranitar was like the Mon to use for Sand support, but now Hippowdon is the Mon to use for Sand support, since it has Slack Off, Stealth Rocks, Earthquake, and Whirlwind or Roar. Whirlwind? Do you want to use Roar? No, you don't want to use Roar. You want to use Whirlwind, because some Pokemon can have Soundproof, and you don't want to have Soundproof. Or else you can't Whirlwind them. Roar them. So, yeah, Hippowdon is just a very good defensive Mon. Very few things inside the game can OHKO it unboosted. Maybe like a, Liquidation from a banded Barraskewda under rain? Something like that, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, it's really hard to kill Hippowdon. It's just a really annoying mon, and it's very good for setting up sand. And also, I'm pretty sure sand just raises the special defense of its user. No, I'm pretty sure it only raises the special defense of rock types. I think. I never really know the effects of that. I know the effects of rain and fire or sun lowers the opposite type. So rain makes fire type moves weaker, and sun teams make water type moves weaker. So yeah, I don't know what sand does. Probably something about special defense if I'm correct. But anyways, Hippowdon, very good mon, and it's going to be used for quite a bit longer since it's a very good mon. Next we have Hydreigon. Now Hydreigon is a mon that I don't use too often. I only use it if I really want a levitate mon and don't want to use the, the classic, like a flying type that everyone uses, or a levitate mon that everyone uses. I want to use a kind of a weird levitate user, so I decided to use Hydreigon. Now, Hydreigon is very cool. He has Flash Cannon, he has Flamethrower, he's a pseudo-legendary dragon type, probably always going to be strong. What's really funny is his pre-evolutions, Dino and Zoelis have the hustle ability, so they're like physical attackers, but then Hydreigon just decides, fuck no, I'm gonna be a crazy special attacker. So Scarf's really cool on this. Specs is really good on this. Let me actually take a look at Hydreigon, since that would probably make more sense. So where is he? Does he talk about Hydreigon? He does not. Well, that's fine. We all know what Hydreigon does if you're watching this. Yep, Hydreigon is very good. Specs, Scarfed, Life Orb Nasty Plot, 4 attacks? No, Roost is something that people use. I've also seen Defog Hydreigon, but that is not good. Don't use Defog Hydreigon. Next one we have is Rotom Heat. Now, Rotom Wash was the best Rotom instead of Sun and Moon, since bulky water types with an Ipapa Berry. I'm pretty sure they run Ipapa Berry. Was a very good Pokemon to use. But now, Rotom Heat, with the introduction of heavy-duty boots, makes it so Stealth Rocks do absolutely nothing to it, which is funny. So you can run a Defog version on your Rotom Heat, but most people just run Nasty Plot, Overheat, Volt Switch, and then Pain Split, Toxic, Thunder Wave. If you want, you could even put on Discharge, so you have Volt Switch and Discharge, or just get rid of Volt Switch entirely. Depends how you're feeling. It's a good mon. It's just really good. I'm pretty sure it's the only mon with that typing. Fire and Electric. Probably missing some weird legendary or something. Probably seem like an idiot. Doesn't matter. It's still a very good mon and has a lot of coverage. Next, we got Slowbro. Now, this is the normal Slowbro, not the Galarian Slowbro. So, normal Slowbro got a serious buff, being Teleport. A lot of tanky mons really like Teleport. Glad they gave it to Slowbro. So, Slowbro has access to Regenerator, as you all probably know, which is a very broken ability, I have to say. It's basically when you switch out, you get 40%. So, if you're an unkillable wall, or at least a hard to kill wall, and people can only do like 20% to you, you can just keep switching out into a Regenerator mon. So if you have 2 Regenerator mons, just keep switching back and forth, and there you go. That's not actual gameplay, but you can do that. But Teleport does the exact same thing. So you can eat the hit with your Slowbro, and then teleport out into something. So it's basically just like Clefable, but instead of healing its friends, it heals you. It also has Slack Off. It also has Scald. Has other things too, like Psyshock. It's basically like Toxapex, but not a hazard setter. So a very good mon. Very good. The next one we have is another mon that was good, but got really good due to the addition of something instead of Generation 8, being Heavy Duty Boots. So Volcarona has a 4 times weakness to Rock, which, makes it so it has a 4 times weakness to Stealth Rocks. So it takes 50% by just coming into battle. So if you're playing Generation 7, if you killed someone's Mandibuzz or anyone's Defogger, and they had a Volcarona, that Volcarona is going to take 50% if it comes in. So that's why Volcarona was very mediocre. Well, it wasn't mediocre, it was still a very dangerous mon, which could absolutely sweep you like a motherfucker. It's crazy. But it really sucked due to the well, not sucked. It really sucks that it got invalidated so much just by some pebbles on the ground. That's why Charizard is kind of bad. Well, was bad till heavy duty boots. But Volcarona with heavy duty boots can use Quiver Dance, which is kind of like Geomancy, but the baby version. So instead of doubling, well, raising your special attack, special defense, and speed by 2, it does that times 1. So that's pretty crazy. But this mon also has pretty high special attack and has a bunch of good coverage moves like Giga Drain, Psychic, Fiery Dance. Pretty sure it also has Hurricane. I don't think so. And it also has Bug Buzz. You can run anything you want on it. It even has Roost if you want to be that kind of guy. It's just an insanely strong mon, and we're going to be seeing a lot more of it. It's just there's quite a bit of mons inside of OU right now that, well, not really invalidated, but, if you're not running the right set, some mons kind of annoy you. Like, I'm pretty sure Alolan Marowak, which, where is he? Where is that man? Where's that man? A manly man. He's inside of B tier right by Pelipper. He's like the ultimate counter, I think. People were using him quite a bit like 2 weeks ago, but then they kind of stopped using him. He's still really strong, though. But, yeah, moving on to the final one I'm going to talk about today. I'll probably just brush over the other ones, but we have the A- rank. These are mons that are not, like, they're just on the cusp of being, no, they're not on the cusp. They just slightly passed over the A rank. So we have Alakazam here, and then a few other guys. So Alakazam, he's kind of just the same dude he's always been. Like, you can run Focus Sash, you can run Life Orb, you can run whatever you want, but he also has access to Nasty Plot now, so, I'm pretty sure Alakazam has always been chucked instead of UU, and, not really good. Like, he's been good, but not, like, amazing, since Pursuit is really annoying for him, which isn't in this game. Knockoff is still painful for him, but Focus Sash really helps. He got counter sets. He's a strong mon, very strong. And we're going to be probably seeing a lot more Alakazam, especially if they bring the Megas back, which I really hope they do. I want to use Mega Absol. But, yeah, Alakazam's quite strong. Quite strong. You do have to deal with Focus Miss, which is always annoying. So, yeah. You also have Dazzling Gleam just in case. And Aura Sphere, I think it learns Aura Sphere. If not, then, good luck with mons that you need to hit with fighting type moves. But Alakazam's quite strong. Moving on, we have Amoonguss. Now, Amoonguss is, I'm pretty sure, the only mon inside the game that's actually viable to use Spore. Well, not the only. There's Shiinotic, sorry, I forgot its name. I see that thing all the time in PU, but I forgot its name. Yeah, this is like the only mon that you're going to be seeing using Spore besides PU. Yeah, it's quite strong. Well, instead of a defensive sense, since it also has Regenerator, has a pretty good bulky typing. It has Foul Play, has AV sets, it has Rocky Helmet sets, like I said with that Shifu Rapid Strike, since Rapid Strike gets invalidated by Amoonguss. It's just a very good mon. Since Regenerator is broken, and it also has Spore, which is also crazy. We're going to be seeing this mon. If I had to say, maybe I should rank these A tier. Yeah, I'll rank the A- tier to see if any of these mons could maybe drop down to B tier or B plus tier. Yeah. Next we got Corviknight. It's kind of sad. The downfall of Corviknight. Almost as sad as the downfall of Tyranitar. So sad. Corviknight is not the premier defogger these days. Most people just want to use things like Mandibuzz. Even Skarmory, I think, is being used quite a bit. Yeah, Skarmory is just B+. So it kind of depends what you're looking for. Skarmory has access to, what does Skarmory have that, Corviknight doesn't? Pretty sure it has, like, Toxic or something. No, that's Mandibuzz. I don't understand the reason why using Skarmory... Maybe, oh yeah, it has Stealth Rocks. Sorry. So if you want to have Stealth Rocks, you can use that on Skarmory. So it's depending on how you're feeling. But Corviknight's still a very strong defensive Pokemon, which probably won't get chucked instead of UU since he's too tanky for that. So I have a feeling he'll just, probably be inside the lowerness of of OU, and maybe some people will use him, but he's not going to be used as much as some of the other dudes. But again, you never know. Some Pokemon I thought were just going to be pretty mediocre have become very good. Like, I didn't think Alolan Marowak was going to be OU. I thought he was going to be like RU. Since he's slow as fuck. He sucks ass. Also, speaking of Marowak, I just want to say something. If any of you guys have been playing PU right now, I'm sorry. There are way too many Marowaks down there. It is really, really unfun. Like, I still enjoy it. But that mon's too strong. Why is he in PU? He got like 500 attack. That's like a legendary. What is this shit? Like, and you can run Trick Room instead of PU, so... Oh man, if I have to go against a Trick Room PU team, I'm literally just going to forfeit the battle. Ugh, but whatever. Moving on, we have Komodo. It's another good Stealth Rocker, pretty much. Like, I see things like Toxic Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Body Press, or like an Iron Defense Body Press set. It's kind of funny that this mon that used to be like this really annoying Z-move user turned into this this weird Stealth Rock, like tanky, offensive, like Mosh Podge. It's really weird. You can never predict what's going to happen with a Komodo. Sometimes you get that sub belly drum set and it sweeps you. Other times it kind of just sits back and sets up Stealth Rocks and goes for an Iron Defense, and then you Dazzling Gleam it, and then it dies. So Komodo is still good. Still a good mon, but definitely not gonna be like the premier OU mons, even though I see it inside a tournament all the time. And finally, we have Rillaboom, which again, these are alphabetized, so yeah, I think Rillaboom is probably the best in here. Him and Amoonguss probably. Those dudes are crazy. But Rillaboom is a mon that was an RU mon that got chucked up all the way to OU due to the addition of his ability being Grassy Surge. So Grassy Train gets summoned, and his new move being Grassy Glide. Now, Grassy Glide is basically like Aqua Jet. Well, no, it's stronger than Aqua Jet. It's basically just a priority grass type move that only works inside a Grassy Train, so it's pretty much just made for Rillaboom. And pairing that up with a Band is quite strong. Scarf is really strong. Leftovers like Drain Punch Bulk Up is something you can use. Most people just run Banded. He's so strong. He's so strong. Wood Hammer is just gonna kill you, especially inside of Grassy Terrain. He's like Bulu, but Bulu is more tanky. This dude's just kind of more offensive. So I think we're gonna be seeing this mon quite a bit. I really thought I was only gonna be seeing Cinderace instead of OU, but no. Now we have Rillaboom and Cinderace, and then the other guy, which, where is he? Are you? Rest in peace, Inteleon. He's not having a good day. But yeah, those are all the A tier and S tier mons. I don't think it really makes sense to talk about all these guys since they're strong, very strong mons, especially Tangrowth, the whole Venusaur thing I already talked about. Magnezone, yep. Togekiss, Aegislash, that hurts my feelings. Charizard makes no sense why he's there, but you know. Yeah, a lot of mons that really make sense why they're there. Tyranitar, absolutely depressing. Scrolling down. Now we're inside like the UU stuff, and yeah. That's the saddest part. This is the thing that actually got me the most shocked. Mimikyu is worse than Snorlax. Oh man, I remember getting swept by Mimikyu. It was like a realization for me that Mimikyu was like one of the best mons inside of Sword and Shield. No, Sun and Moon. Sorry. But then its ability got nerfed, so it can't run a Focus Sash. And well, it was actually pretty crazy. It could run Focus Sash along with Disguise, so it could do its Disguise thing. Someone could hit it. It could do 2 Swords Dances and then do a bunch of damage with Shadow Snake, but then Priority. But it doesn't matter. This mon is not that good, which is kind of funny since I always thought it was broken. Times change. But yeah, that is the viability ranking. We all know who top dog is this month, being Magearna. Maybe we'll see instead of Ubers, maybe we won't. But I think that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. I talked quite a bit. Sorry if this was a little long. I just really wanted to, talk about the top tier threats. If I was a little short on some of them, that's just because I don't have as much experience with them, or I haven't been playing OU that as much as I do recently. So, with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Hope you are going to enjoy the new OU since a few mons might get banned, and keep on the lookout for my videos.